Yep.
You just gotta give me a 3, 2, 1 and on cue I will start my thing.
Yeah, start your spiel.
Are we? We're live? Oh, I hadn't been told this. Unfortunate. Alright guys, welcome back. Yeah, bit of issues with communication here. Mostly that Misty doesn't speak English, but you know, whatever. We work with them regardless. You got to give people a chance. Just waiting for this game to get underway. I think they think we're waiting for them. No, I think they think they're waiting for us, sorry, but we're waiting for them. So it's a bit awkward right now. Hopefully going to get that sorted out in just a second. Didn't want to keep you lot waiting too long, because obviously the break between the first and second were a lot longer than we'd wished them to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, Viper, what are your thoughts on this? Who are you expecting to see come out this match victorious?
I'm not too sure. To be honest, I haven't seen any of the scores because eBot.
eBot also dislikes me. I saw somebody in the chat back Radix, so I'm gonna say them.
Then I'm gonna, you know, be different and say XLNCE.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting match regardless. We don't know who either of these teams are.
Nope.
Sorry about that. Wish I did. Hopefully will if they sign up in future though. Once we've got a little bit more context to work with. What we do know is that this is the semi-final, so they must be, you know, all right. Hey, this is the semi-final, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is the semi-final.
Good.
Well done.
Good. That's what I like to see. What I don't like to see is we're back on cash. It's the UK. Matches on cash. It's a little
Cash
bit
is
depressing.
best map.
I don't know, I just want to see like a little bit of variation. I think if a team got really good on something like Mirage and then managed to do their pick bans right, they could be in quite a strong position, you know? If everyone just plays cash, then it's sort of stagnant. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. And Radix are actually staying on CT.
Oh yeah, fairly common.
Yeah, they're going to try and get a good start. Then build on it from there.
Or just yawning. Yeah, they've had their couple of games to warm up. It's not like their first match of the night or anything, so CT fairly obvious choice.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it goes tits up from here, they're sort of not in a good position for the rest of the game. But if they can't win on CT side, then that's sort of you know, it's going to happen either way.
I think something's gone wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah, it hasn't. The round time hasn't started properly.
An hour for the round, not that bad. I mean, honestly, I think it might make the map a little bit more T-sided.
Yeah, you know, they can just work for picks, you know, just kind of go slowly.
Yeah, no.
Wait for the picks.
It gets to 10 to 11, and you've still just got a 1 versus 1 going on.
And all you can think is just plant at one of the sites. One of them's going to be open, please.
Well, again, we are having a couple of bugs this week, guys, but it is... Well, I think this is actually meant to be our test tournament. This is sort of, you know, the way to figure out how things are going to work when we actually start running things properly. So, obviously, bugs are to be expected. If we can get it all sorted out before we next put something on, it will be a lot smoother, and everything should be good.
Oh, I think it was to do with the switch and stay not working. Because it says that XLNCE have won the knife.
Well, there's still an hour on the clock, so interesting to see what XLNCE are going to do with this time. They have quite a good... Oh, no, nothing.
Yeah, okay, I think. So now we just need them to ready up. And it's all fixed. Hurrah.
That's what you got to hope.
Yeah, I think it is, because we're back into warm-up. UKCS, everybody.
Indeed, but regardless, I thought I had somewhere to go with that, honestly. I don't know. Okay. We can't really talk about the two teams. I don't know what the scores for any of the other matches have been because eBot is sort of still not our friend.
It's dying a horrible and slow, painful death.
I'm quite tired at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What was XLNCE's score? Oh.
So XLNCE either had a much easier game or a much or are a much better team because we've just heard. Wait, Misty, can I hear you? Alright, we've just heard, I think Radix, if I'm correct, won their last game 16-10 and XLNCE took theirs 16-4.
Yeah. We weren't just talking to ourselves, by the way. We were actually talking to our head of production.
Who I am blaming him for this snafu that we're having here. I'm going to call it a snafu because it's a funny word. Yeah, I blame Misty.
Yep.
He tried to play God and mess about the servers. He pays the price for it, yeah.
I love how all of the Negevs are coming out right now.
We're just going to throw you under the bus, Misty. You need retraining.
Yep. Well, should be a better first time.
So we're never going to be at ESL if I don't send you for retraining. Let's go. I hope the stream can hear you at this point, because otherwise that was wasted. Oh,
oh, you guys just missed out on the best joke in the world.
Either way, still waiting for this to get underway. Still taking a long time. Oh, 5 seconds. Not taking a long time.
I think Zinc had to go to the bathroom.
Fair play to the guy. And we're now live, hopefully, in what will be an actual functional pistol round.
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it is.
You can only dream, can't you? We're going to see 4 sets of armor come out from the T... 5 sets of armor come out from the T side, in fact. Interesting to see a full Glock train. It's going to mean that they're going to have a little bit of a hard time going towards either of the sites, really, and especially if they try and hit up A. There are a lot of angles they're not going to be able to cover off.
That nade, actually, did quite a bit of damage onto Quark.
Different issue presenting itself on the CT side. They have 2 players without armor and with some utility, but nobody on the kit. So if the Ts do manage to find themselves on a site, there's going to be a bit of an issue. Marky trying his best to stop that from happening, though. Unfortunately, going to get traded on straight away and leave it up to the 2 on site to make this happen for their team. Obviously, both sides wanting this badly. We're just going to be pushing in, and actually, WFP getting a couple of heads offered up to him, and is just going to continue his... I don't know what to call it. Path of destruction.
Yep.
Why not?
Annihilation. 4
frags in all. Takes around for his team. A little bit of consolation for XLNCE, though. I think Neko did manage to hit that knife, so
yeah,
a little bit more money for him to work with. Going to be able to buy that AWP up, you know, 3rd, 4th round.
Yeah. They're ecoing, so it'll be no armor, but Striker going for the Deeg. 2 P250s, and it's just going to be a straight rush. I think will be the first one to find it, and he gets a grenade kill, still getting hit down.
Thing is, he is more than equipped to cope with this. The MP9 obviously horrible against anybody armored, but none of XLNCE decided to go with that, so it is just going to be shredding through people. As a result, he's sat on 3 kills. The last guy with the Deagle not going to be able to find too much. Maybe a kill here if he's lucky. The shot's just not hitting in the end, unfortunate for him. Radix picking up the 2nd round, one of the rounds they were expected to get. And I'm not quite sure why XLNCE chose not to buy up armor there.
I think it might have been to do with Neko's knife.
I don't know. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to hit the 3rd round buy anyway. They might as well have gone for the 4th.
Yeah.
And that's not a lisp.
I was thinking, like, is that a lisp?
No, I did mean the 4th round, not the force. Either way, we are going to see a little bit of armor come out this time, but still nothing too substantial, and it should just be another easy round for Radix here. XLNCE, I'm not sure if I admire their strategy or not. I think they are just sort of going for the very passive style early on. Allow Radix to get a few more rounds, but build up that heavy economy to get themselves back into it later. Interesting to see how it works out. Sam, though, trying to start things off with a bang. Gonna find 2, his teammates with a lot to live up to now, and unfortunately for them, it's just not going to happen. Will taking 1 before he gets dropped, but nothing too significant, especially as this is going to be the first gun round. Both teams are going to be dropping a bit of cash to get those rifles up. And it's looking fairly even, actually.
Yep, and Riker going to get dropped the AWP by Neko. And it's going to be a straight up mid take. Straight away from Will and Quark. Sam. Is it? Bam gets the first in mid. And a second. That's the AWP down.
Looking for more, but it does seem like it's going to be Will to take the duel with sight. 2 players there, and I think they know it. It's going to be actually Neko being hit down first. Bajwawa? Maybe at first a little bit unaware of the man on highway, but is going to be notified by that flash, and unfortunately that has given Radix a huge advantage here. Split 1-1, but so are the T's. This should be fairly even. Sam, though, back in with 1 for his team, doing a lot of work so far this round. 3 kills, looking for the 4th. He's going to hit it. Of course he is. So much coming out of Sam that round. So many crucial frags. It was the Sam show. 4 frags in all that round, and honestly, they couldn't have taken it without him.
No. And CT just going to eco. WFB actually buying armor and a CZ. And it's going to be a full-on mid-rush.
Oh, how else are you going to win? Rushing mid, they're going to find 1. Looking for the second, will actually get found for them. And I mean, any more than this would be a bit of a blessing. So I'm guessing God's not on their side. XLNCE just shutting the rest down. But when their economy is still so young on this T side, that's actually a fairly good result for Radix.
Yeah, and now Radix are actually going to buy up with Dom on the AWP. WFB and Zinked, both only ones with head armor, as Quark goes for a quick boost.
It's not going to cause them too much grief, just AKs and AWPs to deal with on this T side. Unfortunately, even with head armor, Zinked would have been in a lot of trouble there. Quark hitting the AWP shot to start things off. That's going to give them a large amount of mid control. They've just got to make sure they're not sucked in too much by it, because Marky is ready and waiting to take some T's down. Finds 2, but runs out of bullets. Quark still doing big things for his team with that AWP. Going to find the second kill in the round. Make sure things stay even as they try and find their way onto B. Problem is, Dom's there. He's ready. He knows they're pushing. He's going to be calling for those rotates now and finding terrorists while he does so. I'm not sure why the rotates... Oh, maybe it's intelligent. WFP being very patient, in fact, waiting towards that A site, and it was the right call, as XLNCE have got cold feet.
Yeah. And if they're only walking to the A site, it might be a bit of a boost.
Problem is now they've got to make a move sometime soon. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're not going to have too much contest at the A site, as it is only going to be WFB there, but if he manages to drop the bomb carrier coming out of A main, that could present some issues at this point. Fortunately for them, he's going to be taking first peek on the AWP. Just whiffs, I think, 1 bullet there to stop him getting the kill.
Bomb down.
Although it could still be too late. Not even going to allow that to play out as Bajwawa. Bajwawa?
I don't know. Bajwa? I don't know.
Bajwawa.
Misty just in our ear going, call him Baj.
That's a fair play. We probably should call him Badge, because Bajwawa is
It's a mouthful.
It's more than a mouthful, and I mean, it's past 10 at this point.
Yep. Yep. Badge. Oh, and he spilt his drink.
Don't tell me what to do, Misty.
You can't tell me what to do.
And yeah, Badge has spilt his drink, so we're just going to endure a pause while he gets that sorted out. Gonna happen, mate.
Yep. This stuff happens, especially in UKCS.
Oh, I don't think UK has anything to do with it. Everybody likes a good drink once in a while, and Liquid and computers aren't really the best of friends, so... Not great, but hey, it's going to give them a little bit more time to think over what they're doing.
This was actually a weird buy coming out from XLNCE. They've actually... Echo's brought up an AK, a smoke, and a HE. Bark going for a glass cannon, and then pistols on Will, Striker, and Sam.
That's what I like to call the matchmaking buy.
Matchmaking buy.
It's what happens when you really want a round but you can't communicate properly. 3 people call sort of like pistol force, and the other 2 have some money, so they just decide to go all in.
Yeah.
Hopefully their skill going to be a little bit more refined than that of matchmaking players, and so Quark will be able to do something with the AWP. Still not holding out too much hope against this Radix buy, because even the MP9, if it comes into contact with Quark, is going to be doing heavy damage. I'm
just seeing Sam just spinning about then. Great. Just turned his sensitivity right up. Oh. Bin button coming in from Striker as well. We're getting all the good stuff today. Oh.
I'm really too tired to fall. I was going to ask if we could get some music until we know what's happening with Badge. Just so I can, you know, replenish a little bit, but nope, yep. That's fine then. Let's not get music going. Let's get straight back into the game. Badge obviously sorted his keyboard out, or his drink, or whatever the problem was for him. And I'd say XLNCE sorted their economy out, but I think their version of sorting things out is just throwing everything away. Because this is a dangerous game for them to play right now. It's not a buy I'd really expect to see. Although it could be effective. Neko going to be starting things off nicely, unfortunately. Marky ready to get the refrag, and that's the AK out their hands. I thought this might be going a little bit better at this point, honestly.
It was looking good when Neko got the first pick, but Marky with that rifle just taking him down. But Striker has actually recovered that AK as they go out mid. I know he's sandbags.
Hopefully he's going to be ready, I think. Well, maybe a little bit aware there's a man sandbags. Marky not going to be letting it affect him, just going to be playing carefully round and wait for Will to forget about him. Manages to find the frag. Quark going to have to come up big here. No armor on an AWP. Manages to hit the first shot, but as soon as he gets tagged, all of that accuracy is out of the window. A big consideration for him at this point.
And it looks as though they're going to be gearing up to the A site. Although,
I mean, I think at the moment they're just trying to feel out everywhere they can, because any knowledge is good knowledge for them and they need it. This buy is not something that can support itself as such. I think they've realised maybe the B site's a better option, and if nothing else, Sam is going to be in to probe it. Finds the first shot. That's the site to them. Brilliant to see, and Quark's already set up, ready for the rotate. Gonna catch the first. Actually, no! Only hits the leg. And with no armor, that's a dangerous situation to be in. Thankfully, Sam is there to come back. And I'm not quite sure what Dom is planning to do with that AWP, because realistically, not the best weapon to go on the retake with. Fairly good weapon to save. Still just going to be pushing, and will lose his life as a result. Unfortunate.
Like, the bad thing for Radix is they lost the round. The good thing is they actually took the AWP out of XLNCE's hands. And they couldn't salvage the AWP that was dropped by Dom. So...
Bad thing for Radix, though, is they lost to such a strange buy.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a buy that's viable, please. And that might be a little bit more of a taste of things to come, as we're now going to see the reverse sort of happen. Well, not the reverse. Radix going to be working with a little bit less. Trying to do the same amount, but I do not hold out too much hope after seeing the last round. And
No.
Striker going to start things off, making it at least look like it's XLNCE's favour to start with.
It's like these pistols can't really do much, but
I mean, if they're good anywhere, it is in those tight corners. Unfortunately, Zink
just
Oh,
gets Zink. You are far too tired for this, aren't you?
a little bit, yeah. It's fun though. Basically, just going to be a little bit of a clean-up from here on out. We might expect to see a couple of frags come out the CTs if they're in good positions, but that's not even going to happen. Clean round for XLNCE. Exactly what they needed, and I'm not sure if Will got any kills that round, but if he did, that would have been a little bit of extra cash as well. Should now be getting rid of that MP9, though, because he is going to be up against fully armoured CTs. Well, not fully armoured, but armoured CTs.
He's going to keep it.
And it will be a bit of a liability.
Yeah. But if anything, he can play the point man, and he's got his teammate in there, so Echo can actually get the trades.
And if he hits the instant headshot, then it's all worth it. So
yeah,
You know, fair play to the guy. Although he does seem to have dropped it for the moment.
Yeah, I think there was a Galil in spawn. There might have been an AK in spawn.
That's just his team shouting at him for being stupid and taking the MP9 and not the Galil. Good.
Yep.
After he's sort of recovered from his mistake, though, it does look like they're going to be setting up towards that A site. Bomb and all 5 players huddled around, smokes coming out, and this should be, I mean, about the best case scenario for them to take the site. They have all the smokes they need, all the nades they need. It just depends on whether they can hit the shots, and unfortunately it doesn't look like it to start off. WFB in with 1, but Will through the smoke. I don't know how I think maybe just following the traces there. Badge going to carry things on for the CTs.
Marky gets 1, but I don't think he realises where Will is. He's probably like, site's clear, guys, when, sorry lads, but it's not.
Yeah, the problem is that flash from Marky not going to do too much. Quark more than ready, and for the second, Zinc unable to do anything either, and that's the problem. When the bomb is planted in that position and they have an AWP in A main, you're basically helpless, especially when that AWP is as talented as Quark. 3 shots before he goes down, leaves it all to Will. But honestly, there's not that much to do. 1v1, low time on the clock, and Will through the door. 1 through the smoke, 1 through the door. His friend Quark making sure the other 3 were found. Just a beautiful round from 2 players in XLNCE to find themselves in the lead.
Yeah. Quark has actually been showing up. Like, second on the leaderboard. Sam, though, 11 and 5. Doing really well. And it's just going to be P250s again for the CT. Sam gets 1. Second, but he's down low. And that's going to be an AK for Badge.
And that is exactly what you need to do when you can only afford those pistols, is just go for that pure aggression. See if you can catch one off, like, catch one on his own, corner him off, and just spam away until you find the kill. They're not going to get more than that.
Nope.
But realistically, they probably shouldn't have been hoping for too much more than that with just a straight P250 buy. A little bit of economic damage is really all you can ever assume you're going to get. Not going to be doing too much, though, because if you look at the economy of the rest of XLNCE, they're all quite comfortable.
Yep, and now we get into another gun round. With
a beautiful shot from Quark to start things off. I really do not think Zinc was ready, and Neko in with the second. Consecutive frags, like, they are just destroying this CT side early on, and realistically, if they're a smart team, they're just going to fall back and wait now. They don't want to give them too many opportunities early on. They're in an uncomfortable position, and this is where they start making mistakes, and WFB is going to do just that, essentially offering himself up to Striker there. I mean, just...
it's just not going very well for Radix after a good start.
The early frags there from XLNCE really doing everything for that round, because the CTs obviously felt so much pressure. They just... both sides of the board pushed, found themselves in a sticky situation, and left one guy to do it all, and unfortunately he wasn't ready to, so
no,
that was a little bit painful to see from them. Very, very well executed from XLNCE, and it'll be interesting if they can continue this trend, because they're already on 7, and it looks like it should definitely be 8, so the half is theirs. Not sure how far they can push it. We've seen one insane T-side on Cash. Can we see another?
And Striker gets the first kill, and that's the B site open. And Quark is just going to be holding back. Can he get a frag? We'll see Badge get the kill onto Quark. If I'm honest, he should probably just save that, and he is.
Yeah, smart thing to do. Wants to just run away, take the AWP. I mean, what, 4.750, fairly valuable weapon to hold on to. Actually going to find a kill with it as well, which... probably not going to do too much economically, but actually maybe with the loss of the AWP, that could be a little bit of a factor, and the rest of the CT is just going to be rushing in, seeing if they can take any more out of the situation. Marky probably also supposed to be saving here. Instead, nope. All CTs just going to rush in and die, lose whatever they found, and give XLNCE another chance to get back in things. I mean, I can see why they might have done it. They do have the money to buy up this round, but it could have been quite nice for their economy to just maybe take some stuff.
Yeah, and XLNCE's economy is just that excellent.
Wow. Wow. Wow, Viper, wow.
I saw the chance, and I took it.
How long did it take you to think that one?
Like not long. Like the economy, like the lowest is Quark on 3,000. Strike's on 12,000. Will's on 12,000.
Quark's on 3,000, but you got to keep in mind he has had to just buy a full AWP, like a full AWP.
Yeah.
Buy. So they were a little bit rich before this, and honestly, it looks like they might continue to be so. No kills exchanged yet, but somehow XLNCE have a lot of presence on this A site. Might be detrimental though, as Sam found out just there. Only player out there, nobody to trade with him, and he just gets caught from behind. Not sure how XLNCE are going to respond to this. I think still going for the push, as Bomb is sitting in Squeaky at the moment, and they are going to have to use all of their smokes to try and block off as many people as possible. I don't know why they're being so slow though.
They might actually be trying to juke Radix out, but it's not going to work. They're just keeping 3 players on A site. They're keeping WFB at car, maybe for a quick rotate, but that's more going to be Dom.
Yeah, no, they got a man mid as well. They are feeling very confident at this point. Zink's not seen anything. He knows it's not a B player. I think XLNCE may be banking a little bit of an over-rotate from the CT, so they wouldn't have that information to play with. Either way, they are going to have to push at some point, and that is now with 18 seconds left, though. You think they might have left it a little bit too late. Bomb gets dropped, and this could be huge for the CTs. If they take this bomb out now, there's almost no chance that XLNCE can really get back into it, and that's exactly what Badge is going to do. No plants now. No chance to win. Very, very unfortunate indeed. I think XLNCE, as you said, thinking they could juke them out, thinking they could pull off some sort of next level mind games there. Yeah. Just leaving it a little bit too late before acting, though. So,
just unfortunate that, like, they just waited too long. They tried to get Radix to just second guess himself, but it just didn't work. Radix was just too smart.
And Dom going to be starting things off this round. Finds the tag onto Neko, and the nade. 1 health remaining on that guy. He's going to have to play a little bit passive this round, one would imagine, from this point on.
He is lucky. Luckiest person in this server.
Well, that's the thing. If he was on 5 health, I'd say 4 more than he needs. On 1 health, he's literally on the lowest he could possibly be. So, you know, if a butterfly crashes into him, that's rip.
Yep. If a speck of dirt just randomly comes up and just taps him in the chest, he's down.
And it's not like he's playing particularly carefully right up on the front lines on top of that hut.
Yeah, I mean, they might just be using him as bait to try and get the trade kill.
That's what you'd want to do, but nobody is set up to trade with them as far as I can see. Oh.
Well, you've got Will there, but now Neko's just going to be there.
Playing a dangerous game, but Quark going to be their insurance. Finds the first. Makes sure Dom is the only man left on site, and he's going to be doing everything in his power to find these frags. Doesn't quite manage. Gets 1 leg on Sam, but that's about it before the bomb goes down. Still in a good situation for the CTs, though. 4 versus 4 retake, and the health is on their side by a significant margin at this point.
But WFB actually takes down Quark, so that's the AWP down.
With only a few players left to find and not much health on them, I can see this definitely going the way of Radix eSports. They just need to act fast though, because the bomb is ticking. Sam going to get taken out, but the other man in A main not yet spotted out. Will's going to pick up 1, looking to see if he can find a diffuser, and he will. Only WFB now left with the AWP, and he's just going to run away. No time at all. So unfortunate, because I think that was actually checked. I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah.
I know somebody...
I think it was Marky. Marky went in, got the first kill, and then was traded out by Will.
Thing is, he wasn't even traded out immediately. He just didn't check behind the box. I mean, it's not normally somewhere you'd have 2 players, so... Again, XLNCE bringing that sort of mental aspect into the game. This time working out in their advantage. Nice to see.
Yeah. The buy is going to be a bit lackluster because it's the last round. Just Badge with only a 5-7.
And unfortunately, he's going to be one of the last 2 left. The FAMAS and the 5-7 with it all to do.
And
Badge goes down and it's just Marky. That's, yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Looking like this half should probably round out about 10-5 then. The second we've seen of the day with the T's getting 10 rounds on their, on that half on cash. How do you think the CTs can come back from it? Because I think last time they gave it a good try but didn't manage.
No. I believe it was Function. Like, they only won 1 round on their CT side. Pretty sure. And the rest of the rounds were just IGIs. So I think what they need is the pistol round. Radix just needs to win the pistol round, and if XLNCE force by the second, they just need to hold steady and not concede any ground to them. And I think we have a problem. Oh god.
Who would have expected a problem?
Yay.
Just gonna have to wait a little while for the second half to come into effect, it would seem. Need EVOT sorting out.
Yep. Getting on the Discord just to...
Again, not something I want to say, not something I want to say often, but tonight is going to be a little buggy. It is the first stream. I know I've already stressed this point. I want to continue to stress it because it's really not our fault. We're working out the kinks today so that our first tournament after iSeries, or our first cup after iSeries rather, can be essentially as good as possible.
It does take time just to iron out these kinks. And this is just the first one of many. And we just need to get everything settled, and then after iSeries, everything should be working well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm far too tired. Misty keeps jumping in and out of our ears, and
Yeah.
I am too tired to deal with that sort of level of mental processing, knowing who's talking to me and when. Especially because the stream can't hear you, Misty, and I sound like a crazy person if I talk back. Really sorry to everybody watching the stream. I was gonna say maybe we should chuck it to some. I keep suggesting music. I keep wanting music. I'm really too tired to fill this space.
Yeah.
Can we just put some music on, even if you keep the image of the game up, Misty? A little bit of music until we get the issue sorted out, and then we just cut that back to business as usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. Seems like we've got our issues sorted. We haven't been able to take it into the second half of the game, but we are just going to be playing it out on, well, from essentially the start with the team switched. XLNCE needs 6 to take the map, Radix need 11. So if either me or Viper manage to mess the maths up and say a score wrong, please do forgive us.
Oh, they sorted it. They've actually sorted it. So...
Were the teams wrong? Oh, didn't know that.
No, they just did the score.
Alright. Well, we won't even have to do maths, so you guys
No.
are in for a treat.
Throw away my notepad. Pen. You'll hurt. But I didn't have to do maths. Well, to be honest, I shouldn't feel bad for not having to do maths because my maths is terrible. Wow.
Misty, if you're going to talk to us, do it on stream.
Yeah. Got on stream.
Please stop distracting us, Misty. This is workplace harassment.
Yes, do it.
As soon as it's on pause, man.
Yeah.
I think both teams are just trying to frantically unpause it at this point. They want to get going. They're raring to go. And yeah, nothing's happening.
No. And Dom's game's crashed.
Wow. As if we needed more delays.
Yay.
No, I don't blame the teams. Actually, in fact, if anybody from any of the teams playing tonight is watching, I want to thank you for testing out our system. It might have been a bit slower, a bit less brilliant than you were expecting. Hopefully that'll get fixed. In fact, I'm sure that'll get fixed.
Yep.
But thank you for putting in the initial effort, coming and playing this tournament, and giving us something to do tonight.
Yep. Otherwise, I would have not been doing anything. And this is actually my first live cast. Woot.
Check you out.
Yep. You know, if your first one isn't in front of at least 50 people, then it's going to be a bad one.
That's what you would. Yeah, no, mine was pretty awful. Oh dear.
We are the best that haven't been snapped up by ESL. In terms of UK.
Quite a few people who ESL don't own.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it's on pause.
Let the best team win!
Wonderful. Hopefully that sound effect's ended, as we will be getting back into the game now on the second pistol round. I mean, didn't take that long to switch halves. Whatever. See, 4 sets of armor on the CT side, along with a defuse kit and a couple of nades. Really, nothing too much out of the ordinary, and actually a fairly standard setup to go along with that. Couple of people on B, some people mid, one guy playing very far back on A for the retake. Now that could become an issue as the T's are looking poised to take that site.
Yeah. You see that Striker's actually on highway, looking for a quick rotate. As they're taking the fight mid with Marky. That should alert them, and now they go onto site. And they should be able to get the bomb down easily. And now they're just playing the retake.
Problem is it's now a 4 versus 5 for Radix. And honestly, the retake on A is not that difficult, especially with the kit that they have on Neko. So if they can hit even a couple of nice shots here, this should basically be theirs, especially with Neko and Striker doing that. I'm going to ship him with one as well, and that'll be it. XLNCE taking the second pistol round, finding themselves on 11. And Radix, quite honestly, in a whole heap of trouble right now.
Yeah, and they're not going to force buy. They got the bomb down. So all they really want is oh, we've gone into another warm up.
Okay, well, I say play through it. It's still, yeah. Okay, eBot's bugged out. Apparently this is still live, so we should still be treating it as if it's live. Radix going to be coming in with 5 P250s, and really not too much in the way of utility. A couple of smokes and a flash, more than you'd expect to see in a round like this. No armor, though, crucially. I think you were saying that is because they are going to be trying to buy up next round, so not expecting too much from this. Just maybe trying to find a couple of kills here and there to damage the CT economy for that third round buy. Unfortunately, at the moment, not looking like that's going to have the intended effect either, though, as it is just going to be the CTs completely destroying Radix.
Just mopping up.
Obliterating them.
Yeah, we should see the buy now. Coming in from Radix eSports. Not a lot of utility. We've got 3 smokes, 3 flashes.
Yeah, that could end up being a little bit dodgy. I mean, they should still have the bare necessities to take a site, but they're not going to have too much in the way of sort of nades for the afterplant or nades for just, you know, checking things, finding those players, flushing them out of corners, and the like. Still going to have the gun advantage on their side, though. These AKs obviously a lot better than the FAMAS, and so much better than the UMP. I know there are people who like the UMP. I don't like those people.
Like, the UMP is very good on force buys and second round situations. But when you know that the enemy is actually full buying with rifles, you should get rid of that UMP as quickly as you can. Buy up a rifle, because Quark is actually sat on 4,000.
He's just saving the next round, though, so he can try and get that
Yeah.
up as quickly as humanly possible, I think is the plan.
Yeah.
And actually, he's not going to be in a bad position to use the UMP if it does come to it, because if the T's decide to push him there, he's very close up. Not going to come to it, though, as Sam is going to be in with the initial shot. The rest of the T's are all trying to find their way through vents. The problem is there's 3 CTs in mid. That's almost unprecedented, and they are just going to be doing their job.
Yep.
Putting in the work and shutting Radix down once again. Honestly, that's a little bit hard to watch, because it now means Radix have to go onto that eco another time, and with only 5 rounds to XLNCE's 13, that's not favourable.
No. They'll only have a round loss bonus of 2,900, which will be good enough. WFB will probably be able to get the AWP. And you're laughing at the fact that I actually did maths and it was right.
I'm laughing because of the conversation we had before this.
Yeah.
Sam's laughing because he just got an ace that quickly. What was that? Oh dear.
I read it. No.
I mean, I'd ask someone to one-shot that, but
I've...
unfortunately not going to happen. Hopefully Misty can put that as a highlight or something, though,
Yeah.
because that was an insane play.
Yeah.
And all it's really going to serve to do is put XLNCE on 14 rounds. They're now 1 away from match point, and this is looking more and more like their game. WFB going to be trying to do something about that with a shot onto Quark. Still feeling like a little... Well, no, sorry. Still feeling a little bit like too little, too late at this point. I can word.
Yeah. It's... You can see, like, everyone else is bunched up. They're going to go for the mid-smokes. Standard mid-smokes. Then a flash over. That'll blind Will.
Problem is, if you can see there are people encroaching from the B site, getting a little bit over-aggressive, and if they keep sitting around in mid, they're going to get found very quickly indeed.
Yep. And Neko brings it back. And Sam actually flanking into mid. But now they actually have the A site. So,
Still somehow keeping it even in this 2 versus 2. Going to have to avoid Neko on the AWP, but apart from that, they're in fairly good standing right now. Definitely
unfortunately, the bomb's not actually planted for Dom. Planted default. Okay,
And-
you most
yeah.
likely want an open plant. How? But he's just sticking the defuse.
Well,
And
I'm just questioning the play there, because both Marky and Dom headed into A main despite knowing the bomb was planted default.
yeah,
I'm not sure if that was miscommunication or what, but it's going to hand XLNCE the 15th round on a silver platter, and honestly, if the game doesn't go to them after that mistake, they're doing something wrong.
yeah. Like I was saying before, that that's quite a bad plan if you want to come into A main, but Quark, Sam just caught with his pants down, not literally.
That we can only hope.
Yeah. And XLNCE have the rounds. They can actually try and go for this if they wanted to.
Realistically, if I'm them, I'm still thinking you got the rounds, you got the money, why not just save it? Why not just hold for those exits? Make sure you're not giving them anything unnecessarily. And just save this one, because you've got a lot to play with and there is really no need going for these unnecessary risks. Either way, it looks like they are going to be going for them. Trades even so far, but they started with one player left, and that's going to mean it is just Striker to try and find this, and he will not be able to do it, unfortunately sacrificing an AWP as well. Dom, I think, maybe choosing not to go for that. I'm not sure if that was a choice or not. Either way, going to avoid that awkward double AWP situation on the T side and potentially give Radix a slight chance at getting back into this.
Yep, it's a little bit of a quasi-bar. You've got Sam with the Deke and head armor, Striker with a scout and half armor, Eagle and half armor on Neko, Eagle on Cork, and Sam actually making it work, getting Dom. Quark getting zinced. They could actually lose.
I mean, if this is the round they win the game on, I am a little bit shocked. Sam finding himself as second there, playing huge right now with these pistols, and they've secured the bomb as well. So now it is the T's that have to be the aggressors. They're gonna have to try and find some way of getting that back, and Mark is the man to do it. Takes his P250, not really wanting to go into that situation with an AWP. And is going to start things off. If Auto Director wanted to take us to him, it might be a little bit more interesting, as him and WFB are doing big things for their team. In fact, managing to make it a 2-on-1.
And Marky's actually going to get the bomb down.
He's found his way to B site. That should be a plant. The question is, will he be able to hold off against these two CTs, as they are going to both be coming at him with AKs in hands? Will without the armor, but if him and Neko play this together, it is still a very, very winnable round.
Marky not actually going for the bomb plant. Trying to feel it out. And now he should know that they're actually coming. And now Will.
Playing it together is exactly what they're going to do. But Will sacrifices himself too early. Leaves it all up to Neko, who's going to hit the shot. Of course he is. XLNCE playing a beautiful game the entirety of that game. Radix only managing to pick up 6 rounds against him. A little bit of a repeat of the last game if Viper's scorekeeping is to be believed. And I have no reason to distrust him. So, again, GG to both sides. Unfortunate that Radix are only going to find those 6 rounds, but there is always something you can learn from a loss like that.
Yeah. Like, it's just kind of sad that they lost to an eco. Like, that's got to be demoralising for them. Losing to pretty much an eco. You had Striker on a scout, then Sam. Yeah, Sam was doing big work with the Deeg.
Anyway, once again, we are going to try and essentially not keep you guys waiting too long, because we are going to go for a short break, after which we will bring you the final. I believe this is going to be a best of 3 between IGI and XLNCE.
True.